Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Tom's Tube Chain. Today we are going to be doing a bit of maintenance on the Suzuki GSX1400. This one here, my one. We're going to basically check the chain out, make sure it doesn't need adjusting, give it a clean and a lubrication, and I'll show you what products that I recommend to use. Thanks for watching, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. So here we are on the floor with my chain. I've put the bike up on a block of wood because I've got slightly longer shocks, and I keep the centre stand on the bike just so I can do things like this, keep easy maintenance. So the wheel spins nice and freely without an issue. So the two products I use, well, it's made by the same manufacturer. First of all, to clean it, I use Wurth Brake and Chain Cleaner. Obviously it's good for both things, not just the chain, does the brakes as well. Any stubborn grease it gets off really well. Just don't use it around your bearings and things like that on your wheels. So if you do overdo it, just make sure that you clean it off afterwards. Then, it's controversial, I use high performance dry Wurth chain lube. Now, a lot of people don't recommend this, they don't think it makes the chain last as long. I've used this for the last 15,000 miles on this chain, and I still think I've got about 3,000 or 4,000 miles left in this chain. I've never had any issues. I use my bike every single day of the week, rain, snow, shine, and I've not really had any issues whatsoever using Wurth dry chain lube. It does, however, need to be used on a weekly basis or every couple of 100 miles. So that's the only downfall. I'm quite lucky that I don't have a massive commute, so I can do it on a weekly basis. If I go any further than that, if I go on a leisure ride, then I will use it more often. And it's just a case of reapplying. You don't have to clean the chain. The reason we're cleaning the chain this week is just for this video. You can clean your chain on a monthly basis or every sort of 1,000 miles or so. So, then the other thing I use when I'm cleaning it is this brush here. It's got a really handy, I'll show you on the video, but basically a really handy motion of just going up and down the chain, gets right in all the nooks and crannies. And then afterwards, just to wipe the excess off, a nice rag. Not an oily rag, a new rag. If you use an oily rag, you're just going to end up putting crap back on it. So yeah, an oily rag. All of these products you see here are linked in the description. Except of course the oily rag, you can get that anywhere. Okay, so let's begin. So the first step is just basically to coat the chain in the chain cleaner. Make sure you get just on the inside of the chain. Okay, you need to get right along the inside. Don't do it on the outside, do it on the inside. You want to remove them up from the inside of the chain. There's no point in doing it on the outside, it's just going to fling off or just cause problems. So, aim your can at the chain, like so. And just basically spray on as you move the wheel around. Apply a bit liberally if you want to. It doesn't really matter, we're going to be getting it all off anyway. You can see all the rubbish coming off already. Okay. Take your brush. Doesn't have to be this brush, it can be any brush as long as it's clean and fairly tough. Stick it on the chain and just basically give it a good rub backwards and forwards, and then it breaks like that. Maybe do it the other way. There we go. So give the chain a good rub backwards and forwards, like so. Just run the chain through the brush, just working it as you go. You can already feel the wheel starting to move better as the chain gets cleaner. Okay. Just do it maybe 3 or 4 times around the whole chain. like so. Okay, brush done. Then what I like to do is just go over it again one more time. Okay, take our rag, and we just basically run the chain through the rag until there's no more oil coming off for it. Well, not so much no more, but enough that you're happy with. I wouldn't expect any chain to be sparkling unless you're keeping it in the garage and not using it. Just run the rag over the chain. You can see it's really coming up nicely now. I'll bring the camera over in a minute just to show you how nice and clean it looks. Just checking the tension on the chain as I go. It actually seems okay at the moment. I don't believe we need to adjust it at this stage. There we go. Go right around the chain a couple of times. Just get as much off as you can. So that was a nice clean chain, a nice clean rag a minute ago. It will be a nice clean chain. Just moving around the rag, that's what I do, just getting clean spots. Because otherwise you're just going to be reapplying the dirt. Mind your fingers when you do this. Do not run the bike in first gear and run it round. That is a lazy way of doing it, and you can do some serious damage to yourself. Just keep doing that a few times. Run your hands over it, up and down. Okay. That looks quite loose, that chain, but when my weight is on the bike, that is perfectly fine for me. So yeah, please don't be concerned about that. Just go around it like that, just checking it over. I'll bring the camera over and show you. Okay, so here we have the chain. Pretty clean now. Like I said, this is an everyday run of this bike. It's not put in the garage and locked away, so you know, it's up to you how much you clean off. That's pretty much enough for me. I'm not going to complain about that. Okay, so the next bit basically is just to put the lubricant on the chain. I'll just move this stuff out of the way because we don't need it anymore. Okay, so this is the dry chain lube. It's got to give it a good shake before you start. And then just apply it the same way that you did when you were cleaning the chain with the brake and chain cleaner. So just putting it on the inside of the chain. Try not to get any on your tyre if you can. If you do, wipe away any that goes on there. Give it as much as you can. And that's it. One chain, clean and lubed. Thanks for watching. If you want to carry on watching, subscribe for other videos all about this motorcycle. Thank you.